Hello, Instagram friends. As promised and you voted, I want to talk a little bit about stress and adrenal support in terms of nutrition tools that you can implement in your everyday life. Anxiety differs from fear in that fear is a common and normal reaction to when we feel endangered. However, anxiety seems to have a lack of precise causation. Now, some anxiety is quite normal. However, it's the chronic anxiety that I want to address today that can significantly cause long-term health problems. The most interesting biochemical disturbances found within people who suffer from chronic anxiety are high levels of lactate within the blood and the increased ratio of lactic acid to pyruvic acid. So I will explain this. Pyruvic acid combined with oxygen is what your body uses for energy when you exercise, for example. So a normal flow of oxygen entering the bloodstream will make this process run smoothly. What I want to get at is for those people who suffer from chronic anxiety, typically breathing is an issue. Therefore, shallow breathing or rapid breathing or even panic attack breathing like symptoms will actually prevent the pyruvic acid to convert properly to energy because there's a lack of oxygen, and therefore the body creates lactic acid. So high levels of lactic acid does contribute to overall anxiety. And when I said earlier high levels of lactate is just its soluble form. So the reason why I gave you this whole backstory is to justify why I'm giving you these 6 specific tips on reducing anxiety. And they will address how to reduce your overall lactate levels and also reduce the overproduction of lactic acid. The first tip would be to reduce your alcohol consumption. Alcohol changes serotonin levels and other neurotransmitters within the brain and can actually make anxiety worse. The second tip would be to reduce your caffeine intake. For some, I know this is very hard. However, caffeine kind of gives you that jittery feeling already. And the reason it does that is because it stimulates your fight or flight response. When this happens, your adrenal glands release adrenaline, which can actually trigger panic attacks. Tip number 3 would be to reduce your sugar intake. This one's a little bit more obvious. When you consume refined sugar, your blood sugar levels go up and down all day. Your energy levels go up and down all day. And when you are at a low, anxiety seems to surge up. The fourth tip would be to take a look at your vitamin deficiencies. So the first one being vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 deficiencies trigger the nervous system and can actually increase panic attacks and anxiety-like feelings. The next one would be vitamin B6. So vitamin B6 actually helps your body make serotonin, which can increase your overall mood. The last one I would look at is vitamin B1 as it helps with energy production and is actually already being used in treatment of anxiety and depression. Tip number 5 would be to take a look if you have any mineral deficiencies. So the first one being magnesium. The reason being is magnesium can greatly affect your body's stress response. Magnesium has a tendency to lower stress levels and lower anxiety levels. The next mineral you want to take a look at would be calcium. Calcium actually nourishes your nervous system and can really help with alleviating feelings of irritability and also restlessness. Tip number 6, last tip, would be to take a look at your potassium and sodium ratio. The reason being is that adequate amount of potassium actually supports your adrenal glands. The best way to increase your potassium and reduce your sodium is simply to opt for fruits and vegetables instead of opting for things that come in a box or in a can. So there they were, my 6 tips to help you reduce your anxiety, reduce your lactate levels, and also support your adrenal glands. I will continue to make videos like these. If you want me to talk about something specific, you can send me a message, no problem. Till next time, adios.